Respected seniors, President Nepal Orthopedic Association, Professor Rabindralal Pradhan, respected past presidents of Nepal Orthopedic Association and Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, esteemed guests from India, Dr. Sachin Tapasvi, President Indian Arthroscopy Society, Arun Mugam, Chairman Indian Ligament Registry, my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Today is truly a very special day and proud moment for Arthroscopy Society of Nepal for launching Nepal Ligament Registry of Nepal, because it may be first of its kind, not only in orthopedics, but in any medical fraternity of Nepal. It's truly a historical day for us. Evolution in various history has always taught us. Those who learn to new environment. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, Sudhir, sir. We are listening.
Yeah? Oh, maybe your screen wag. Okay. Those who learn to adapt to a new environment or system always survive, and those who remain rigid always perish sooner or later. Medical science is constantly changing, so what was right yesterday doesn't hold good today, and therefore we always need to be on our toes to give better outcome. To give better outcome, either we learn from our mistake or learn from research or data provided to us by others' work. So easy, why not? Why bother? So far, we always adopted to this policy. Time has come, friend. If you want to have your say, if you want to have better outcome for your patient, if you want to stand in an international podium, you need to have your own research, original data for your country, because each country's population is unique physically, mentally, and socioeconomically. Our problems are different, our resources are different, so our solution needs to be different. To address all these issues, we need to have our own registry. How does the registry help? It allows surgeons to collect demographic data, understanding the nature of the injuries, identify the trend in practice, helping to track new development, identify technique that may have a suboptimal outcome at the earliest opportunity and discard it, provide functional outcome data and complication rates to better advise patients on expectations, fully understand the result of surgeons' surgery on patients. Therefore, starting our registry was so important, but the problem was, who will build the cat first? Because it really requires a lot of time, energy, dedication, money, and utilize some other expertise like software engineers. At this hour, I would like to proudly mention that Arthroscopy Society of Nepal is privileged to have such dedicated and passionate pillars, who is none other than Professor Amit Joshi, Dr. Vivek Basugala, and his entire team. So congratulations. Launching on this registry has also paved the way for other specialties like arthroplasty and every other medical specialties. Who will learn, I'm sure, and understand why we should have our own registry to solve our problem. With this note, I would like to again say it's a very proud moment, not only for ASON, but for the entire orthopedic fraternity. Professor Amit, his hurdles and how this registry. Thank you very much, and Jai Nepal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sudeep Vaidya, President, Arthroscopy Society of Nepal. I'd like to invite Professor Arumugam, who is a mastermind of Indian Ligament Registry, and the Nepal Ligament Registry is heavily inspired by the Indian Ligament Registry. So, Professor Arumugam, your few words, please.
Very good evening to all. Invitation for the launch of the historical day of your society of launching a ligament registry. It was only a few months ago I had opportunity. So at the outset, my heartiest congratulations to your entire team for launching the ligament registry so effectively. Because I know the difficulties and the hardship of launching it. This was the long cherished dream of Indian Arthroscopy Society. And when I was the Secretary General of Indian Arthroscopy, initially I launched the ligament registry as an app based in 2018-19. There was a good enthusiastic response, but it soon weared out, and it was not, to be honest, not successful. Then my tenure was over, and it was in pause mode. And then that IPS Oberoi, our good friend, who became a president, then he requested me the work what we started should carry on, and requested me to carry on and launch this registry. And we thought of doing differently on international standard. And one thing what we learned, we always learn from our mistakes. We learn from lessons. So we didn't want app-based. It has to be through the website. So this time we engaged a reputed firm and successfully launched. And with the support of the Executive Committee of Indian Arthroscopy Society and the members, we successfully launched last December, and already is being used effectively by our Indian arthroscopic surgeons. Almost close to 2,000 surgeries have been registered. And as you all know, we have we don't lack anything. Skill-wise, our academic knowledge and the intricacy of the arthroscopic surgery. But one thing what we lack, we from India and Nepal and surrounding regions and SAARC countries more specifically, we don't have the data to present. That is the biggest Achilles heel in our armamentarium. Until we solve that, we won't get the international recognition what we are due for. So that day is now going to accompany, and we can also collaborate the data from India as well as Nepal and other SAARC countries. And always, if you see the any literature, we're completely swayed to the Western world, whether America or Scandinavian countries or European or Chinese. Hardly any data from our own region. I think that is going to accompany. And also, I should caution you, it will be very easy to launch. Anything to continue and sustain needs a constant kind of involvement of the entire team. So another one change is what we did. I just want to share to my colleagues so that you can also implement that, because always it was linked with the elected body of the governing council, the elected executive committee. They limited a term, 2 years. So the president, the 2 years, then it goes, then whole thing comes to a standstill. So we formed a different registry committee. We had a chairman who will have 5-year tenure. So whatever may come, he will be there for 5 years. There will be continuity of whatever nice, good work started will continue, irrespective of who is the president or secretary. So that is one thing what I would recommend my friends in Nepal also do that, so that whatever good work need, at least need 5 years to overcome the all teething problems. So that we did that, and we need to kind of constantly motivate our friends, colleagues. Most of them had a biggest doubt is the integrity of the data, how what will be, whether it will be shared with other people. So we have to spend a lot of time gain their confidence that this is a registry for our own use, nobody will share. And moreover, if you don't have a big teaching setup or a big hospital, it is your own kind of logbook. So with all that procedure, a lot of people started using it, and very soon we're going to start the shoulder registry. So when Kamini Joshi is going to come to ASCON, and probably will launch the shoulder registry. So with these few words, once again, and congratulate the enormous task done by my friends in Nepal for launching it. And I wish all the very best for successful continuation of the registry. Thank you for continuation. Thank you very
much. Thank you very much, Dr. Aru. Since you are, traveling, and you are so kind enough to, you deliver and give good wishes to Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, and I wish that will be collaborating to improve our both Indian Ligament Registry as well as Nepal Ligament Registry. Thank you very much, Aru. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity. See you soon. Bye.
Next is, as we all know, that Arthroscopy Society of Nepal is under the umbrella of Nepal Orthopedic Association. So in various programs and meetings, we've been receiving blessings and support, full support from the Nepal Orthopedic Association. I'd like to request the President of Nepal Orthopedic Association, Professor Ravindra Lal Pradhan, to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Amit. And good evening all. First of all, respected Professor Baskota, past president, president of Arthroscopic Society, Dr. Sudeep, and the members of Arthroscopic team, and our friends from India who've been helping launching this program and who've been helping training all our junior colleagues in development of arthroscopy in Nepal. Like the previous speakers have said, the registry in our context is a very important step. And congratulations to ASON for being the first indigenous effort in launching this registry. Spine and all have been trying for quite some time, but they still have not been able to come up with it. So you being the first is always a good thing to start, and hopefully the continuation and the progress of ASON with the registry will go further, and hopefully the society along with Nepal Orthopedic Association members will benefit from this. And like Dr. Sudeep said, the data from our own efforts has to be presented and to be shown to the world that we are equally capable and dedicated to the service of one particular subspecialty, be it ligament registry in this context. Once again, congratulations and all the best for the future. Like our previous speaker said, it is the continuation that is so very important. And I hope Dr. Amit and his team would be put in all the effort to continue this for eternity. Thank you much for the invitation and all the best once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ravindra sir. Sachin is just texting me. He is on the way to his house. He'll join us a little bit later. In the meantime, I'll continue with the program. Yes, Sachin. Hello. Okay, anyone? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah, it is visible.
Thank you. Let me briefly talk about, little bit of journey of ligament registry, Nepal Ligament Registry. Okay, can you just take care of this extra noises? So we all know every time we present any of our statistics or do any kind of presentation, we always say that we don't have our own data and we have to rely on data that is coming from American, European, or Western population. So that is why we always used to say that we lack our own data. Why we emphasize all these things? Because we always wanted to have our own data. But how much data we had earlier was the basic thing which was impeding or which was hindering us to develop a registry. Over the last 5 years, or say 5-7 years, there are plenty of individual data which are presented in forms of publication. But validity of the data was very low and they were frequently questioned because these were individual experiences or regional experiences. To have a more valid data, the answer is a registry. And we know that most of the developed country and even underdeveloped country, they have their own registry. And recently, Indian continent, our Indian colleagues, they have established their own Indian ligament registry. So why to have your own registry if there are so many other registries? Because registry of one country or one geographical region may not match with the other one. So that is why even all the registry, they say that each and individual country should have their own registry. And if possible, individual regions should have their own registry because they differ from one another. So there were several limitations before 2015. In 2015, we established Arthroscopy Society of Nepal. And after establishment of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, the number of surgery exponentially increased. We can presume that at this moment, around 1,200 ACL reconstruction is done, and probably 3,000 arthroscopy procedures are done in Nepal. But we don't have this data. We have individual data, but we don't have a pooled data. That was the problem. Another problem that 5-6 years ago we had was the internet. So earlier, even if you remember, not in every hospital internet was available. And now it has completely changed. All the hospitals have internet connection, and it has made things possible, which was not possible a few years ago. On top of that, our contact with the national, regional, and international society have increased. So we started collaborating with the Indian Arthroscopy Society. We started collaborating with ISACOS and various other international society to understand the requirement and the need and how to make a registry. And this has led to the development of the registry, even in India. Once Indian Ligamentary Registry was launched, we were ignited, and I was part of, filling up certain forms, deciding certain parameters of this registry. So I was very much inspired by the Indian Ligament Registry, and we thought that probably we can also get our own ligament registry. Then we formed a team of members of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal and started thinking, identifying what are the limitations, how can we form. And it took us about quite a long time to identify how this can be materialized, this concept can be materialized into the registry. And a breakthrough happened when we made these two fantastic, humble, and brilliant gentlemen, Nabinji and Madhuji. So in this forum, on behalf of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, I'd like to thank these great people who made this ligament registry possible. If you look at the Indian Ligament Registry, they were supported by the foreigners to develop their own registry. But this registry is purely Nepali. It has heart of Nepal. It was prepared by the brilliant software engineers like Nabin and Madhuji. Thank you very much, Nabin and Madhuji. So then when we made and floated the idea of ligament registry, in very small few conceptual meetings, they understood everything. And then we started developing day by day. And it was so encouraging to see that every week we have a meeting in the Sunday for half an hour, 45 minutes, starting from 10. And every day we see that the registry is being, structured in different ways. And then you feel that this is going to be a reality. So what is soft launch? Soft launch is nothing but a trial period. So this will be a trial period when selected experts from different regions use the registry and provide feedback for improvement. Probably this soft launch or the trial period will run for about 6 months. So in 6 months time, periodically we'll be collecting the information, we'll be collecting the feedback from various people. And Nabin and Madhuji will be carrying the correction or improving the ligament registry. And probably after 6 months back, we can say that this is the registry which is going to be going to be used by the Nepali colleagues. So let me highlight what are the peculiarities or what are the beauty of our ligament registry. And first and foremost is privacy of your individual data. So this registry functions on the principle of share your pie concept. That means you create your own personal repository. So when you create your own personal repository, the other person who is also creating his personal repository will not be able to see that. So for example, if I put my data and someone else puts their own data, his own data, I will not be able to see how many data he has inserted, how many data. So this is my personal repository. So if someone wants my personal repository, then only I will be able to allow that. So I will allow. So it is under my control. However, all these personal repository will be collected into the central pool of data, which will be managed by a group of administrator. And this group of administrator, upon approval of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, upon written approval of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, will get only few data which is required for any research. So no one will get full sets of data of everyone. So only those data which is required for a particular research can be retrieved from the central pool and given to the researcher, provided Arthroscopy Society of Nepal approves this research. So even if it is not going to the central data, but you have your personal pool. So anytime you want to analyze your personal data, you can analyze. You do not need to ask the Arthroscopy Society of Nepal. But if you want to use the central pool, data from the central pool, then it has to be a process of approval from Arthroscopy Society of Nepal. Then only you will have an access to those particular data, not all the data, only particular data, which is essential for your research or analysis. The second beauty of our registry is its auto-filled self-population. So if you click ACL, you have done ACL reconstruction, then the data required for ACL reconstruction will be populated by itself. Probably Vivek will show you in detail. And then what we have tried it multiple times. When you start doing it, it will take a little longer time. When you are tuned to it, probably whole filling the document will not take more than 5 to 7 minutes time, because it is already pre-filled data. So you do not need to type anything. You just have to click your selection and then it will be recorded. This registry provides you, each and every individual, the follow-up records as well. So it is not only one-time data entry. If you want to follow up, continue the follow-up of that patient, this registry provides the follow-up data as well. The second thing is instant print facilities. Some people may need to have or may want to, have their own record in their files apart from the electronic, because some people may not think that this is too safe or this is something probably. But however, our engineers, our software geniuses, they have created everything so that our data remains, secure. You can have a print facility as well, so that you can print and give that, keep in your record, as well as you can give that to the patient as well, so that it can be recorded into the file. So coming to the few in slides, registry need fair data. We are the one who produce data. So our registry is not going to function until unless we are committed to a fair data, because there is no check mechanism. So whatever data an individual submits to the registry should recognizes it as a fair data. And then if we do not submit data, registry will not have any data. So it is each and all of us members of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal's responsibility to make this impossible project a possible project, so that we can have our registry functioning throughout the process. So this says that if we want sustainability of our registry, probably the team effort is the only thing that is going to work for us. Each and every one of us, irrespective of where we work, how we work, probably we have to fill up the registry, which is very easy. So to conclude, I'll say that Nepal Ligament Registry is a reality now. It has been launched. It has been practiced by few people. Yes, it has its own limitation, which needs improvement, which will be done in due course of time. Registry needs data, and we have to feed the registry with the data. If we do not feed data, registry will not have any importance. And one most important thing is your data cannot be used and visualized by anyone until unless you permit. So let us work together to understand the condition better in our country. Thank you very much. So Vivek, if you can just share your screen and show how quickly you can do enter the data into our registry. Vivek, you are muted or what? Your sound is not audible. Oh, you're not visualized as well. Your screen is not. No, you are not audible. No.
At the very outset, I would like to thank Executive Committee of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal to give us this lifetime responsibility of lifetime project, that is Nepal Ligament Registry. This was dream come true. So respected dignitaries of Nepal Orthopedic Association, dignitaries of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, past presidents of Nepal Orthopedic Association, dignitaries from Indian Arthroscopy Society. I am Dr. Vivek Basukala. I work at AKB Center for Arthroscopy, Sports Injury and Regenerative Medicine. So this is, we used to talk about ligament registry a lot. We used to think about it. We used to have so many informal discussions during many talks, but this is getting real. This is getting into reality today. So Nepal Ligament Registry, the website for Nepal Ligament Registry is Nepal Registry.org. This is how we have to log in. So this is the web address, and once you once you click Nepal Ligament Registry.org, this will be the homepage which we'll get, and then at first I have already signed in. I've already made my account in this Nepal Ligament Registry, and at the very first instance, when you go into this page, there will be option of login or register. So you have to just register and feed all the details, feed all the information that it asks for. Then the host or then the admin will confirm your request, and then you will be able to do it. So let us go to dashboard. This is how it looks. This is very simple. I think this is the most simple you can get. So this is at the very left, there is your personal information. That is, this is my Dr. Vivek Basukala. You can add hospital, you can add assistant. So one surgeon may be working at various hospitals. So you can add multiple hospitals by which we can feed the data accordingly. And one surgeon may be having more than one assistant. So assistants can be also added, and you can see your profile like this. You can add your photo, and this phone number, email address, everything can be added. This is your personal information. Then when you click home button, these are all things you will be getting. So I have not I have entered some surgeries. So let us start our thing. So for the for entering any type of data, you have to click this this create surgery icon like this. Once you click the create surgery, there will be this page will be visible. That is 01 patient profile, 02 surgical details, 03 patient surgical details, 04 means patient injury details, and finally is the diagnosis. So without filling up first form, the second form won't be open, and without filling second, third form won't be open. But when you fill all the forms, you can directly jump over 1 to 3, then 3 to 5. So at first you have to fill all the forms. Let us have some hypothetical patients like, let me fill Rohit Sharma. So is the beauty of this registry is everything is self-populated. So nationality is by default is Nepali. If there is non-Nepali, we can fill it non-Nepali. So provinces also, it is self-populated. You have to just click it. District also, if there is Bagmati, all of the district that belongs to Bagmati will be self-populated and you have to just click it. Then hospital number, let us keep some hypothetical number. Let us keep phone number. Okay, gender is male. Occupation, we have enlisted so many occupations that will be useful for our future data. So manual worker, student, let us choose a student. Then involvement in sports is very important in our arthroscopy patient. So whether the patient is professional, recreational, or he is not involved in sports, let us take an example. He is a recreational sport. So once all the steps had been filled, we have to click next. So once you click next, there will be progress bar over there. Then the second thing, the surgical details will be auto-loaded. So my hospital is B&B hospital and my assistant surgeons are, I have already added my assistant surgeon. So let us add, you can add as many assistant surgeon as possible. So date of surgery, for example, if I have done this surgery yesterday, this is the date. This is the ease with which the registry can be done. You have to just click. So once you click next, then the third page will open, that is patient surgical details. For example, height of the patient, let us write 125 centimeter. So weight of the patient, 50. Okay. So Beighton score, 4 or less, that means normal. Comorbidity, if any, let us say there is no comorbidity. So BMI will be auto calculated by this page. You have to just feed height and weight and BMI will be calculated. So 32 is BMI, you have to just click next. So what happens after clicking next, the patient injury details will be loaded. This page includes everything related to that injury. So duration of injury, for example, if it is 3 to 6 weeks, let us take it 3 to 6 weeks, but you can have all sets of the duration. So right from less than 1 week to more than 10 years. So mechanism of injury, whether it is non-contact injury, sports injury, road traffic accident, or fall from height. Let us suppose this patient had road traffic accident. So if you select road traffic accident, see, this is a different thing. Just notice this thing. If you click non-contact, there is type of surgery here. But if you just select road traffic accident, everything changes. So according to your choice, the self population will also change. So road traffic accident, whether it is 2-wheeler accident or 4-wheeler accident. For example, if there is 4-wheeler accident, what type of 4-wheeler, whether it is he is a driver, occupant, or pedestrian. So this is how this registry works. For example, let us say he was an occupant, and then what type of surgery was this? This was primary surgery, revision surgery. Again, I would like to go here again. If mechanism of injury in sports, the population will change. Everything related to sports will come. So sports, whether it was football, we have kept many sports, and most of these are very common mechanism of injury. So that's why we have included this type of sports. So let us take volleyball. So primary, it is primary surgery. Side of injury is right, left, both we have already included. And this is Lisham score. So we have pre-operative Lisham score that can be taken. For example, let us take limb is 1, section 1 is score 5, section 2, 3. You have to just click. That's all you have to do. This is an example only. This is so easy. So total score will be calculated just by clicking. So total Lisham score is 43. Now, this is the main thing. This lower part, choose diagnosis types, is the most important part of the diagnosis. So let us choose with, for example, this case is a, let us suppose this case is a multi-ligament injury. So patient has ACL tear, PCL tear, and MCL tear. Also patient has meniscus tear. Okay, so let us choose all these things and just click next. So everything related to ACL tear, everything related to PCL tear, MCL tear and meniscus will be populated here. See, the ACL tear, the population in ACL tear are diagnosis, whether it was repaired or whether it was reconstructed, and also diagnosis is complete tear, okay, or whether it is incomplete tear, we can take accordingly. So incomplete tear, the population will be whether it will repaired or not. For let us suppose the ACL complete tear was not repairable, so there was no repair. Then once there was no repair, the registry will itself direct to ACL reconstruction. See, if we click ACL repair, nothing will be there. ACL repair, whether it was augmented, tape augmented, allograft, autograft, it will direct towards the repair criteria. So repair thing. But once you click no in repair, all of those things which are needed in reconstruction will be populated. So ACL reconstruction, whether it is single bundle or double bundle, let us take it single bundle. So graft herbicide, whether it was ipsilateral or contralateral or allograft was used. Ipsilateral, let us take it. ACL graft choice, whether semi-T alone, semi-T with gracilis, BPTB, guards, peroneus longus, allograft or synthetic. Let us take semi-T alone. Let us take semi-T with gracilis. Okay. So semi-T, what was the number of strands? Whether usually we take 2 to 4 strands. So let us take 3 strands. 3 strands is most common. For gracilis also 3 strands. So after making hexapal with the triplicated semi-T and triplicated gracilis, let us suppose that the graft size was 9. Then ACL graft diameter was 9 in the femoral side, and in tibial side it was 8.5. So ACL graft augmentation, whether it was done or not, for example, tape augmentation was done. Okay, then it is just a matter of clicking. ACL antibiotic was soaked or not? Yes. The ACL femoral tunnel drilling, was it transtibial, was it by intermedial portal or accessory intermedial portal? Most common nowadays is accessory intermedial portal. So ACL tibial tunnel drilling, conventional outside in or retro drilling like in all inside. So what we do is conventional outside in. Implant used in femur, whether it was fixed loop, suspensory, adjustable loop, interference screw, suture disc, or let us suppose we have used the adjustable loop. Sorry, we have used the fixed loop. Whenever fixed loop is calculated, chosen the fixed loop 10, 12, the loop size of the loop, for example, we have taken 15 mm. So in the tibial side, what was used? Fixed loop, adjustable loop. We, for example, in this case, we have used the interference screw. Screw type, metal, bio or PEEK, for example, bio. Interference screw, size, for size of interference screw, for example, in this case, we have taken 10. Interference screw length, 30. So what I wanted to show is you just have to click. Everything is everything is mentioned over here. Everything is included here as much as possible. Everything has been included. So it's just a matter of click. So we wanted to make this registry acceptable to everybody. So we had made it as easy as possible. So when you click the PCL reconstruction, it is same like ACL. Just it is matter of click. For example, semi-T. Okay, sorry, semi-T cannot be used now. Peroneus longus, 8 mm. 8 mm, graft augmentation, no augmentation, antibiotic scope. Yes, PCL femoral trailing, outside in, PCL tibial turn, conventional, implant use, fixed loop. For example, it is 20 mm, implant use, interference screw, size of screw is bio screw, it's interference screw, 5 mm, interference screw length is 30 mm. Okay, so in MCL, grade 3, MCL tier location, whether it is femoral attachment, tibial attachment, mid substance, let us suppose it is mid substance, procedure is reconstruction, and whenever, just by clicking reconstruction, the reconstruction things are populated like reconstruction technique, anatomical SMCL with POL, graft use is, for example, quadriceps, graft herbicide is ipsilateral. Okay, so meniscus, if you choose just medial meniscus, this thing will be populated. Location of tear, posterior horn. Sometimes meniscus may be injured in many parts. For example, posterior horn, ramp, and some body has been involved. We can select accordingly. So zone is, for example, this is red white zone. Tear type, it must be complex. Medial meniscus tear, medial meniscus procedure is meniscectomy. If we do medial meniscectomy, either it was partial, subtotal, for example, it is partial. If we choose meniscal repair, then methods of repair will come in, just like this. So once you complete all this, just click done, and you will be directed. You will be the registry will be finished. So this is how the list of your patients will come. And if you want to print this, as Amit sir has already mentioned, just click this typewriter thing, and this thing will be displayed, and you can print it. See, this is all things which you have just entered in printable form. Okay, so another important thing is, let us click this thing. So this is how the information is displayed. Now, if you click the patient in home button, if you click the patient, and if you click on this name, Rohit Sharma. Okay, so one very unique thing our registry is, we can add follow-up. For example, here you can see add follow-up. So if this patient comes to you again, you have to just click add follow-up, then choose your date of follow-up. For example, this patient came to you in 15th. And what was the complaint in follow-up? Maybe pain, maybe swelling, maybe some paresthesia. Okay. Effusion, what was the effusion type? Maybe hollow sign was only positive, grade 1. Wound scar, it is healthy. If it is, you click discharge, the type of discharge will come. If you click healthy, nothing will come. Range of motion, flexion, for example, 90 degree, extension 0. Okay, quad strength in MRC grading 4/5, hamstring gain 2/5. This is how the examination finding will be recorded. And in special tests, if Lachman is in initial stages, Lachman are not done, so you can add click not done. If it is done, if it is positive or negative, you can click accordingly. So Lachman negative, sometimes Lachman is negative, endpoint is negative, but excursion will be increased in follow-up. So we have included with increased excursion or with normal excursion as well. So pivot shift phenomena not done. If positive, the grading will be shown. So this is how it is shown. So PCL, it is, yes, it is applicable because the patient had PCL tear. SAG is only grade 1. It is negative. Okay. So in MCL is also applicable here. MCL was grade 3. So in follow-up, the Barrett's trace has been negative in both 0 and 30. Valgus is 0 negative. This is also negative. Dial test is also negative. Dial test at 90 is also negative. So meniscus, McMurray, it will populate only those things which will be required according to your registered information. So meniscus, it is negative. McMurray for lateral meniscus negative. Apprehension is negative. Patellar tracking is not done. So just save follow-up and it will be saved. And if you want to add another follow-up, just you have to click, everything will come again. So now, if you click this patient again and click this name of the patient, so everything will come. See, the follow-up has come. Follow-up information also can be seen here. So it is that easy. Everything can be included. So this is how you register. It is just I think 5 minutes job. Once you start practicing it, once you know what information are required in this registry, it won't take so long. So first 5 to 10 cases, I know that it will be time consuming, but we have tried to make it as simple as possible. The Madhuji and Navinji has tried to make it as simple as possible, that I think this is not so difficult. So first thing you have to do is you have to add hospital. For example, you can add as many hospital as you you like, and you have to just click save. You add hospital name, hospital address, save, and also you have to add assistance, and after that you can go on registering in your registry. Thank you so much. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Vivek, for a lucid, demonstration. I'm sure that Mr. Naveen and Madhuji, the way and they must be, mesmerized by the thing, how they have such a simple thing they have created to us. So with this, I think our formal program has ended, and then we'll go to the the discussion part, and at the end, the secretary of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal will give a vote of thanks. So before we go to questions, we have our fatherly figure, the father of orthopedics, Professor Ashok Kumar Baskota. Sir, your few comments and wise words to all of us, sir. Sir, you are muted, sir.
Thank you for inviting me to attend this momentous event. I want to congratulate the Arthroscopic Society of Nepal for this very unique initiative to establish this ligament registry. We know how establishment of registries have changed so many momentous events in the management of bone tumors, in the defining of arthroplasty, treatments for different age groups, and where epidemiology has been clarified, where treatment protocols have been more defined and standardized, and even preventive measures have been instituted and made more effective, for preventing injuries and all that. So the job of creating a tumor registry is very, very tricky, and I'm so impressed with the engineers that have grabbed the bull by the horns and come out with something so relatively simple as Dr. Vivek Basukala has led us through this process. It seems to be very, very user friendly, and I just want to end my few encouraging words by saying, I'm very proud of the societies that are taking these initiatives. There's so much energy in this group, and I will always be there to cheer you all guys up, So thank you for asking me to say a few words.
Sir, muted, sir. You are muted.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. We always look up to you and your support in development of everything. I would like to thank everyone and request Secretary, Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, Dr. Chandra Bahadur Mishra, to give vote of thanks.
Namaskar and a very warm and graceful evening to all the senior colleagues, friends, and all the participants in this event. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contributions of those who work really hard to make this soft launch of Nepal Ligament Registry program success. I, Dr. Chandra Mishra, General Secretary of Arthroscopy Society of Nepal, extend a hearty vote of thanks to President, Indian Arthroscopy Society, Dr. Sachin Tapasvi, and Chairman, Indian Ligament Registry, Professor Dr. Arumugam, who spared time from their busy schedule to share their experience of ligament registry. I also want to thank our Nepal Orthopedic Association President, Professor Dr. Ravindralal Pradhan, Arthroscopy Society of Nepal President, Dr. Sudipman Vaidya, senior colleagues and friends for their active contributions and participation in this program. This cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling a year ago. It requires interest, dedication, and plan. I appreciate and thank Professor Dr. Amit Joshi, Dr. Vivek Basukala, all the ASUN team, and software engineer Naveen Sivedi, Madhuji, who put effort behind the success to launch this Nepal Ligament Registry. This ligament registry will definitely take arthroscopy surgeon of Nepal in our next height. At last, I again give vote of thanks to all the participants in this program. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being with us in this historical moment, especially our seniors, past presidents. We'll hope that in 6 months' time, we'll make it more comprehensive and then have a full-fledged launch. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and good
All the
day.
best. Thank you. Bye-bye.